Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of my rewatch series of Supernatural. So we're up to episode 3 in season 1 now. Again, a cliched line, but one of my favorite episodes. Like I said, I could pretty much say this about every single episode in season 1, or season 1 to 3 generally, because they are the best seasons in my opinion. So we have Dead in the Water episode today. Really takes reference from the movie Jaws in my opinion. It was a whole lake, something under the water, kind of like the shark, but in this case, it's a sad ghost kid who was killed by some bullies and now he's haunting those bullies as he grew up. A really cool story actually, and you kind of root for the kid. He's not really the monster once again. You kind of look at it from the monster's perspective. He's just taking revenge on like really horrible people. But you know, the kids don't need to suffer for their parents' mistakes, so that is a moral dilemma here. I like that about this episode, it addresses that. It's not just a simple, straightforward monster killing innocent people and that's about it. You know, there's some thinking to it, so that's cool. So let's get right into the episode and we'll talk about it as we watch it.
Be careful.
I will.
Maybe you shouldn't have killed the little kids. I would love to live in a house and out in nature like this. So beautiful. Not in this dark horror lake. I mean, this just looks scary to swim in such dark lake, even if there's no monster really. And she never surfaced again. That's sad. Again, parents' fault and the kids pay for it. That's not fair, you know, Mr. Ghost Kid, but you know. Vengeful ghosts don't really think about what's moral or not. They just wanna get revenge somehow. Well, that's his excuse anyway. Good old-fashioned days, pre-internet mainstream, you know, newspapers still.
Can I get you anything else?
Just a check, please.
Okay.
CMC blocking Dean as usual. It's hilarious.
You know, Sam, we are allowed to have fun once in a while. That's fun.
Fun Supernatural, everyone. Welcome to Fun Supernatural. Back when it was fun. Music, car rides,
Will Carlton?
monsters,
Yeah, that's right.
new
I'm Agent
towns.
Ford. This is Agent Hamill. We're with the U.S. Wildlife Service.
Ford and Hamill.
What do you mean? Well, the dam, of course.
Of course. The dam. It's,
Talking out of their butt.
sprung a leak.
It's falling apart. And the feds won't give us the grant to repair it, so they've opened the spillway. In another 6 months, there won't be much of a lake. Won't be much of a town either. But it's federal wildlife. You already knew that.
Exactly.
Sorry, am I interrupting? I can come back later.
Gentlemen, this is my daughter.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Dean.
Andrea Barr. Hi.
Hi.
They're from the Wildlife Service. About the lake.
Oh, Dean's Phil coming, flirting.
Oh, hey there. What's your name? Hey, you know, now that you mentioned it, could you point us in the direction of a reasonably priced motel?
Lakefront Motel. Go around the corner, it's 2 blocks up.
Would you mind showing us?
You want me to walk you 2 blocks?
Not if it's any trouble.
Sam's face.
I'm headed that way anyway. I'll be back to pick up Lucas at 3.
Hilarious.
We'll go to the
Eye
park,
rolling in
please,
the
sweetie.
background. Again, he keeps doing it.
So, cute kid.
Thanks.
Kids are the best, huh?
It's like, oh, good line, right?
There it is. Like I said, 2 blocks.
Thanks.
Must be hard with your sense of direction. Never being able to find your way to a decent pickup line.
Ouch.
Enjoy your stay.
Burn.
Kids are the best. You didn't even like kids.
I love kids.
Name 3 children that you even know.
He doesn't have to know specific kids to love
thinking.
kids.
So,
He does love
3
kids
drowning victims
after
this
all, actually.
year.
And before that?
How's it going?
Oh, Army Men, remember season 5 finale?
Oh, I used to love these things.
I love how they put this detail of the Army Men early on, you know, just the 3rd episode, and they go back to it in season 5 finale. This small detail is what actually causes Sam to break free from Lucifer's control possession and stop beating Dean up and jump into the cage. So that's pretty awesome. They reference that, you know, foreshadow so early on. Pretty cool.
So, I think it's safe to say we can rule out Nessie.
What do you mean?
I just drove past the Carlton house. There was an ambulance there. Will Carlton is dead.
He drowned?
Yep, in the sink.
What the hell? So you're right, this isn't a creature, we're dealing with something else.
Yeah, but
Drowning in
what?
the sink.
I don't know.
So funny.
Water wraith, maybe? Some kind of demon? I mean, something that controls water. Water that comes from the same source.
The lake.
Yeah.
Which would explain why it's upping the body count. The lake is draining. It'll be dry in a few months. Whatever this thing is, whatever it wants, it's running out of time.
And if it can get through the pipes, it can get to anyone, almost anywhere.
You think there might be a connection to you or your family?
My children are gone. It's worse than dying.
But then you will die too. I mean, he deserves it, but his kids don't. Sucks for them.
Please.
Your dad sucks.
It's okay. I understand. See, when I was your age, I saw something real bad happen to my mom. Then I was scared too. I didn't feel like talking, just like you. But see, my mom, I know she wanted me to be brave. I think about that every day. But I do my best to be brave. And maybe your dad wants you to be brave too.
That is the house as a kid, an actual kid.
Thanks, Lucas.
All right. We got another house to find.
The only problem is there's about 1,000 yellow 2-stories in this county alone.
See this church? I bet there's less than 1,000 of those around here.
Oh, college boy thinks he's so smart.
You know, what you said about Mom. You never told me that before.
It's no big deal.
So funny.
Oh, God, we're not gonna have to hug or anything, are we?
Dean doesn't want to show his emotions, and Sam's like, "Oh, tell me more about this sob story you told the kid earlier."
I never had any idea what happened. He just disappeared. Losing him,
Oh, Army Men.
you know, it's worse than dying.
Same line like the guy who died too.
Did he disappear from here?
Boom. Bye, bully. He deserves it. So again, the kid is obviously furious because those assholes bullies drowned him by accident, whatever. So yeah, he's punishing him by taking the people he loves, but obviously they don't deserve it, but he does, and the other bullies. Yeah, really sucks. Can't really logic with angry ghosts, you know. But yeah, it's a really creepy and sad story, especially for the dead kid, you know, and his mom. The boys will still have tried saving the bad people, even if they knew probably, they still tried to save them. But I think they really deserve it, so not feeling too bad for those douchebags.
So, we have a couple of options here. I can arrest you for impersonating government officials and hold you as material witnesses to Bill Carlton's disappearance. Or we can chalk this all up to a bad day. You get into your car, you put this town in your rearview mirror, and you don't ever darken my doorstep again.
Door number 2 sounds good.
That's the one I'd pick.
Typical, like, authority figure bullying tactic.
Green.
What?
Lights green. Interstate's the other way.
I know.
Not a good idea, getting anywhere near water nowadays.
But Dean, this job, I think it's over.
I'm not so sure.
If Bill murdered Peter Sweeney and Peter's spirit got its revenge, case closed. The spirit should be at rest.
All right, so what if we take off and this thing isn't done? You know, what if we've missed something? What if more people get hurt?
But why would you think that?
Because Lucas was really scared.
That's what this is about?
I just don't want to leave this town till I know the kid's okay.
Who are you? And what if you're done with my brother?
Shut up.
Dean is being fatherly here. Oh, it's gonna turn dark soon. Reminds me of Nightmare on Elm Street too. There's a similar scene here with Freddy Krueger coming out of the water. A great movie to reference. One of my favorites. Yeah, so Dean's love for kids saves the day. You know, big coincidence that, you know, he would come back and find this exact situation happening. Obviously, Ex Machina, saving the day last moment. It's very typical of Supernatural and movies in general, but actually had a really nice reason this time that Dean is worried about the kid he really got attached to, and he shared his childhood experiences with the kid as far as like losing a parent or whatever. Dean losing Mary, the kid losing his father, being traumatized by it. That's how he connected to the kid in the episode, even though they made a joke about Dean like hitting on the mom and not really liking kids, just making up a line. But yeah, he really does form a genuine connection with the kid, and that saves the day at the end. Great save by the boys once again. Yeah, admit it.
Oh my God.
Terrible bully.
Billy and I were at the lake. Peter was the smallest one. We always bullied him. But this time, it got rough. We were holding his head under the water. We didn't mean to. But we held him under too long, and he drowned. We let the body go, and it sank.
creepy, super creepy.
Adrian, stay there!
No, Lucas!
We'll get him, just stay on the dock!
Lucas!
Sam?
Lucas, where are you?
Peter, if you can hear me, please, I'm sorry.
Daddy.
I'm
Daddy, no.
I'm so sorry. Peter, Lucas, he's just a little boy. Please, he's not his fault. He's mine. Please take me. Jake, no! Just let it be over.
Daddy! No!
Now, let's go with it. The boys saved the day once again, putting their life in danger. Obviously, they could have been pulled by a ghost too, but they're selfless heroes, and that's what I always see in the episodes. They always try their best to save people, putting their lives on the line. Really awesome to watch, especially in the early seasons where there was no additional drama to distract from that. It was just very simple, basic focus on boys trying to save people, putting their lives on the line, like I said, and not too much drama around it or like world-ending, apocalyptic, scenarios going on. It was more personal, more focused, and that was much more interesting in my opinion than all the big world-ending scenarios we get in the later seasons. I just wish all seasons and all episodes were like that, and yeah, that's why season 1 will always be my favorite. Awesome.
All right, if you're gonna be talking now, this is a very important phrase, so I want you to repeat it back to me one more time.
Zeppelin rules!
That's right, okay.
And he named his son Zeppelin
Take care of
years
your
later.
mom, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sam, move your ass. We're gonna run out of daylight before we hit the road.
Eric Kripke, Robert Singer. We still have Robert Singer, but unfortunately Eric Kripke left us in season 5. I wish they would bring him back in the final season because of his epicness we see in season 1. Unfortunately, he's busy with other shows. Doesn't seem like he'll be able to come back at all, but we'll have to wait and see. But doesn't look like he'll be able to. But yeah, guys, yet again another awesome classic episode from season 1. Creepy, dark vibes. Again, the dark lighting will always be cool in that season, and the more focused storylines that I always praise when I watch those episodes. Much better than the big apocalyptic storylines that are just all over the place. It feels too big that you kind of like can't think of like the individual danger to people or individuals the boys save. So I definitely much prefer those single focused Monsters of the Week episodes without the extra drama. And I liked a lot of things about this episode. Obviously the creepy vibe of like the dark lake and the monster in the lake and all of that. I always love those kind of movies, shows, documentaries about like Loch Ness Monster and stuff like that, which they reference in the episode. I think it's really cool that they have this setting around nature in a lake. I always love those episodes the most because I love nature. And yeah, the big bullies, I think they deserved it. Their kids obviously did not deserve it, but it sucks for their kids that they have such shitty parents, pretty much. I love the connection between Dean and the kid, connecting over the death of the parent, Mary in Dean's case, the father in the kid's case. And he reached out to the kid who was very close, doesn't want to interact with anyone, but he interacted with Dean, through that connection with their parents, drew him stuff, using his premonitions and psychic abilities he got after the accident to give hints to the boys so they could eventually save him at the end. So he kind of saved himself eventually by giving those hints to the boys. It was really cool moments, funny moments in the episode as usual. There's always this comedy, situational comedy in the early seasons. Dean trying to hit on a mom early on was a funny, horrible one-liner. It's like, kids are the best and show us the motel, which is 2 blocks away. hilarious. And turns out he does care about kids after all. It wasn't just a line. Dean's flirting with everyone, Sam making fun of him and like being grumpy all the time, giving him a bitch face and eye rolling in the background. Classic stuff. I always love that. So yeah, yet again, another cool Monster of the Week episode that beats pretty much any new episode in the recent seasons. Hopefully we get many more of those in season 15. And yeah, looking forward to continuing my rewatch. I hope you guys have been enjoying it so far, and many more to come, obviously. So yeah, let me know what you thought of the episode down below in the comments. Subscribe for more awesome Supernatural content. Until next time, as always, no chick flick moments.